Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be going for a drive and ranking the Call of Duty games from worst to best in my opinion. And I also should preface that it's Call of Duty games that I have played, so that totals 20 Call of Duties. I think this should be an interesting list, none the least, but I don't think it's super controversial. I don't know. I guess, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens when you guys hear my opinions. But at number 20, I have the first Call of Duty, and that is simply because when I tried to play it, I literally could not figure out how to get past like the first section. I mean, granted, this is when I was a kid when I played it, but I just simply could not figure it out. So therefore, it goes to the bottom spot for me. And also, I don't really know if anyone cares about the first three Call of Duties that much, but you know, I am ranking all the Call of Duties I played, so gotta stay true to the title. Number 19, we have the big red one. Again, just kind of another rank. I played it for probably about an hour or two. It was nothing super special, but I still got further than the first Call of Duty at least. Next up at number 18, we have Finest Hour. Again, nothing super crazy, but I did get about an hour or two of playtime out of it. I don't know. There's a lot of like the PS2 Call of Duties that I just kind of played for like a couple hours, and it's just like, okay, this is basically the same thing as the last game. Number 17, we have Advanced Warfare. I just never really cared for this Call of Duty. I never really liked the movement very much, or the multiplayer. I just didn't really think the maps were anything that special. Or the guns, really. The gun, well, no, I take that back. There were actually some cool guns in Advanced Warfare, but the maps just kind of left something to be desired for me personally. Not to mention that there wasn't zombies, and when they did add zombies, it sucked. And their survival mode was also a terrible survival mode. And a campaign, I have only played, I think, one mission of it, and I was just like, yeah, no. So, definitely not the Call of Duty for me. What the hell was that person doing? Number 16, we have Call of Duty 2, which I think is one of the better Call of Duties that came out on PS2. I never beat it, but, I do remember that whenever a football game was on, me and my dad would go over to his friend's house, and his friend had a PS2 in the other room, and that's where I'd play Call of Duty 2. And I definitely remember getting somewhere in that game and having some fun on it, so I figured, you know, I gotta rank it a bit higher. And I do remember having more fun than Advanced Warfare. Number 15, I have Infinite Warfare. Now, I didn't care for the campaign or the multiplayer on this game. I also never purchased any DLCs, but Zombies in Spaceland did have me hooked on this game for like a good month. So, I will give it that. I had a lot of fun with Zombies in Spaceland, and it's the only thing that I've ever gone back to the game to play. So yeah, that's where Infinite Warfare sits with me. Not a very good game, but Zombies in Spaceland is very good. Number 14, I have MW 2019. Now, I've never actually played the campaign for this game, and the reason for that being is just because Black Ops 4 not having a campaign just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. And I just like, if they didn't have a campaign in that game, probably every campaign after was gonna suck dick. So, yeah. But MW 2019, I really am only putting it here because I have really good memories on it. Me and my friend Michael, during like the peak of the game, we were just hanging out like every single day, just playing the shit out of it at his house, and we were just going through 12 packs of pop and brisk tea, just having a fun time listening to tunes and laughing and just, you know, playing with his older brother too, just pub stomping. It was just a really fun time during that. But like looking back on MW 2019, like it's really nothing special. Like the maps aren't good. Really the only thing good about the game is like it and just the weapons and whatnot. But otherwise there's really nothing good about the game. Uh, Next up, we have... Oh yeah, I thought it would be funny. I thought it might be funny to put this. Number 13, we have MW3 Defiance, which you may be wondering, what the hell is MW3 Defiance? Well, that is MW3 on the Nintendo DS, which I have gotten more enjoyment out of than any of the Call of Duties above. And even though it's not like I'm playing Call of Duty Defiance today, when I was playing my Nintendo DS, that was like the Call of Duty game that I always had with me. I could always have a fun time on it. It was just, for whatever reason, it just kind of worked. Like, I managed to get the controls down and actually, like, be able to manage the combat in it without it feeling clunky or hard. And, I enjoyed the levels and just, like, some of the level design and some of the weapons you got to use. I just thought it was a cool game. And, definitely a lot more fun than anything before. Maybe not necessarily better than Zombies in Spaceland, but as like just an overall experience and just how much playtime I got out of it is why I'm putting it higher. Number 12, we have Black Ops 4, which is the last Call of Duty that I ever purchased, for full price anyway. Yeah, Black Ops 4, no campaign, definitely knocks it down a bit for me. The Battle Royale mode is cool, it's cool, but it definitely feels kind of empty, especially since really the only BR games that I like is PUBG and Fortnite. So, I don't know, like every other BR I've tried just kind of sucks compared to those two. So yeah, I don't know, like Blackout was definitely cool, like just having like all the like cool maps and stuff in the same map, but it was just kind of lacking, really, for me, personally. And the multiplayer also just didn't really do that much for me either, but it was fun. I think I played it with some friends a bit. And Zombies, honestly, didn't really do that much for me either, but I did like the map 9, and that's pretty much the only reason why Black Ops 4 is being ranked this high, because I did not spend money for DLC on that game, because that would have just been a goddamn mistake. And next up, we have I almost said The Walking Dead. I'm so used to saying The Walking Dead. Next up, we have Call of Duty Final Fronts, which is also for PS2, which was, I believe, it was a spin-off of Call of Duty World at War, and I actually played through that campaign like 5 or 6 times. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. I liked the weapons, I liked the levels. Sometimes for me, I definitely just like the look of a game and like just the level design and like if it's fun to go through. So it just to me had a lot of fun levels and it was just a cool experience, and I played through it a lot of times, and yeah, to me it was a good experience and better than every Call of Duty I mentioned before. Number 10. There we go. We're getting into the top 10. This is pretty much going to be all the Call of Duties that you will probably care to hear about. Number 10, we have Call of Duty 4. Now, I just simply did not play this game during its era, but I will say that it does have the only campaign in the Modern Warfare series that I like, and it also has fun multiplayer from what I've been able to play. It was pretty much just me and my brothers that would play split screen on it, and that was a lot of fun. You know, we definitely got some laughs and had some good times on that, but you know, obviously when you don't get to play a game during its prime, it's kind of hard to really enjoy it for what it was, or really put it high, you know. But it is a good game, and it is obviously what kind of got the ball rolling for Call of Duty, so, you know, I can't really put it low, but for me personally, I can't really put it high either. And, putting number 9 is definitely not gonna sound good after everything I just said. Number 9, we have Call of Duty Ghosts. This was the one and only game I heard in my life, simply off of the hype of playing Black Ops 1, MW3, and Black Ops 2. I was like, yeah, I am pre-ordering this game. I want, like, I was really excited about it. Now, obviously, Call of Duty Ghosts is not a good Call of Duty, but, none of the campaign isn't good, but I do recall playing through it as a kid, so, you know, it got some playtime for me through that. I also actually really enjoyed the multiplayer for this game. I thought that the guns were fun to use. I enjoyed the gunplay. I enjoyed just the design of a lot of the maps, even though they're really campy and kind of like weird sometimes. I like the ideas and just like the look of a lot of the maps, and just it provided for some interesting engagements from time to time, you know. But the thing that got a lot of playtime for me, at least at the time of the game, was Extinction. I like fell in love with Extinction like right away. Uh, it just kind of sucks. I don't know. The DLCs didn't really do anything for me personally, though. They just didn't really seem to get me immersed past that first initial level. But I did real. Jesus, I just absolutely slammed into that. I really enjoyed that first level of Extinction, though, and I definitely got quite a few hours of playtime out of that. I got my character like max level and all that stuff, and I had my fun. But yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts, definitely nothing too special. I'm really only ranking it above COD 4 simply because it got more playtime out of me. Number 8, we have Call of Duty World War II. This is another one that I know is probably sound crazy, but now weirdly enough, I definitely do not like this game for its zombies. Like even though like a lot of YouTubers I like talk up the Final Reich, Mr. T-Lex fine. Uh, I just I just do not like World War II zombies. World War II zombies is fucking trash, including the first map. I don't care what anyone says. It is not good. It is doo-doo. But World War II campaign, however, I think is actually pretty decent. I thought it actually had, you know, like a decent story, and just fun levels, and cool gunplay, and just cool guns to use. Now, this is also coming from someone who is very interested in the World War II era, and just that era of weapons, and just that time period. So, even though a lot of people hate on the World War II games, that is just an era and time that I'm interested in, so therefore I'm probably going to enjoy it a bit more than a lot of people who didn't when it came out. Which is why, like, I actually got a lot of enjoyment out of the multiplayer, and I still get enjoyment out of the multiplayer to this day. And it's the thing that keeps me coming back to the game. So yeah, World War II, not, obviously definitely not the best Call of Duty in the series, but I do think that I would at least say it's okay. And I would say it's serviceable. Number 7, we have Black Ops Cold War, which is kind of a weird game. It came out like in a weird time during COVID, and I guess, you know, Sledgehammer shit the bed on their Call of Duty, so Treyarch had to crap out their Call of Duty a year ahead of the schedule, and it kind of came out a bit strange. I've never played the campaign for it. I've heard good things about it, but I just have not really wanted to bother with campaigns or really devote that much time into them, just because I just don't see the point anymore with Call of Duty campaigns. Just with wasting my time, really. But the thing that I love about Call of Duty Cold War is the zombies. The zombies for Black Ops Cold War is very fun to me. I enjoy the gunplay very much, and just the feel of the game, and the gore, and just the weapons, and just... I enjoy the maps too, except for Forsaken. Forsaken's the only one I don't like. But D Machine and Mauer Toten are a couple of really fun maps to play, and my personal favorite is Firebase Z, which I know is not everyone's favorite, but is my favorite, so boom, take that. Multiplayer is also kind of fun, but I really only got a handful of hours out of it. Now, we're getting into the Call of Duties that I actually like decently. Number 6, we have Modern Warfare 2. Now, this game came out literally a year before I got into Call of Duty, so I just simply did not play this game during its prime, which is why it's not higher than number 6. But, well, and also, I don't like the campaign for this game, which probably could have boosted it higher if I liked it, but I just don't really enjoy Infinity Ward campaigns that much. They just are never really do anything for me. But MW3, or sorry, MW2, and also the Special Ops or MW2 I don't like. So pretty much the only thing that boosts MW2 for me is my tons of amazing memories of playing split screen with my friends and my brothers on multiplayer. That is so many good memories. Like, literally, we played split screen multiplayer so much that I got to a point where I was able to prestige and like get like max level on a ton of weapons, and it was just insane how much we were playing split screen on it. But it was really fun, like just going through all the maps and just us, you know, getting mad at each other, spawn trapping each other, breaking controllers. It was just a fun time. And definitely some of the like peak memories of Call of Duty in my life, really. Number 5, we have MW3, which is the second Call of Duty that, what really reeled me in with this game was Special Ops. That was, what really got me into this. Well, I also had played Zombies before it, so, Special Ops is like the closest thing to Zombies on this game, but me and my brother would just play Special Ops split screen all the time, and it was just a really fun experience, and it is a fun experience to still go back to, you know, just play a couple games, have, you know, shoot some people, get some weapons, have some fun, enjoy some chaos. And the multiplayer, in my opinion, is also really fun on this game. I think a lot of the maps are really good, and to me, like, MW3 multiplayer is basically just like a better MW2 multiplayer. Like, it just feels like kind of like an upgrade, because I mean it is like just a lot of the same weapons, but just like kind of more added on. So to me it just feels like an improvement over MW2. Especially I feel like a lot of the maps are better than MW2 maps. There's really, I don't know, I think MW3 is just, and I also got to play MW3, you know, during its prime, which helps. So obviously I got to experience it when everybody was playing it. But yeah, number 5, MW3. Number 4, we have Black Ops 3, which has a terrible campaign. I'll just get that out of the way. But it does have a very solid multiplayer, and the main thing I like about Black Ops 3 is zombies. Black Ops 3 Zombies is definitely amazing. I really enjoy Shadows of Evil, and like Revelations. I don't really care for any of the other DLCs really that much, but I do really like, well no, I take that back, I do like Zetsubo no Shima, and I do like Zombies Chronicles, obviously. But the thing about Black Ops 3 Zombies is there's also custom zombies, which, custom zombies is very, very fun. You get to have like tons of mods and play a bunch of different experiences that other people have created, and to me that is just a very fun way to play zombies. Number 3, we have Call of Duty World at War, which was, I remember, now I did not play this game during its prime, but it was a game that I had always fantasized about playing ever since I got into Call of Duty. I could just never get my hands on it. And when I finally got my hands on it in 2013 and hopped into multiplayer for the first time, it was like one of the best feelings I think I've ever had in my life. Like, just finally popping that game in and just like experiencing that multiplayer, even though there was only a couple thousand players on at the time. I mean, that was enough. That was enough for me, and I was hooked on that game for months. And I just, well, I guess because now Call of Duty Ghosts I wore off of that, and I needed a new Call of Duty to play. So I was grinding out Call of Duty World at War. But then I remember actually, like a week into me playing Call of Duty World at War, I freaking ended up in a lobby where someone made me max prestige, and I had all the attachments for every single gun. So then it was just like a sandbox of just messing with all the different guns and just kind of playing it like that, and just experimenting with everything. But like World at War multiplayer had like easily some of the best maps, some of the most fun weapons, some of just like some of the coolest sound effects and music and like tank fights and shit. Like it was such a cool freaking experience. And it also has, in my opinion, the second best campaign in the Call of Duty series. Just a really dreary, dark, gory campaign. Mainly on the Russian side of things. The America side is alright, but, you know, yeah. And also, this game introduced zombies, which is my favorite mode in Call of Duty, and it's really the thing that's kind of kept me a Call of Duty fan all these years. So, it's got to be high for that, especially because there's some fucking good-ass maps. You know, Nocturne, Toten, Verrucht, Derice. We don't talk about Shinonuma. Next up on the list, we have number 2, which is going to be Black Ops 2. This game, I remember getting very vividly. I remember just one day after I got home from school, my dad walked up to me and he Black Ops 2, and I was just like, I don't remember exactly what my reaction was. I think it was probably just shock. I think I just remember just being kind of surprised that of like what I was holding. And yeah, I hopped on zombies right away, and I had a hell of a fun time. I didn't really get behind transit. At the time, I was just young and I couldn't really grasp like the whole doing all the buildables and getting all that figured out. I hadn't really gotten that good at that yet, so I was mostly playing like Town and Busty Pote and stuff, but I was having a lot of fun, especially just playing with like random public players. And eventually, after like a month of doing that on zombies, I finally tried multiplayer and had a pretty fun time. It's definitely one of the best multiplayers that has ever been made for Call of Duty for sure. So many fun guns to use, so many amazing maps, so many amazing experiences I've had for sure, and you know, a lot of fun memories, a lot of angry memories. But, you know, I mean, everybody wants to go back to Black Ops 2. You know, it's hard to rag on the game. Especially because it was definitely the last great Call of Duty. Which leads me to the next point about the game, the campaign, which kind of makes it the last great Call of Duty. Because it's really the only last Call of Duty to have it where all 3 modes are good. The campaign for this, directly continuing from Black Ops 1's campaign, is pretty solid. Not as good as World at War or 2, but branching storylines, and so it is pretty cool for that. And it definitely, but the problem with it is that the sections of the game that I really enjoy are mainly the ones that go back to the past. Some of the future sections I enjoy, but not really that many of them. I don't know, I just don't find them as interesting as the past. It is what it is. But number 1, we have the original Black Ops, which was the first Call of Duty I ever played. And the funny thing is that I was introduced to it on the Wii. So, you know it's good when it's introduced me to Call of Duty on the Wii, and it made me a fan. But, yeah, I jumped into zombies. I saw zombies. Like, when I was 6 years old, I was already interested in that. That was just already where my brain was. And, I just was hooked. I was terrified when I spawned in that movie theater, and like I think I only made it to round 4, and I was just like, this is fucking terrifying. And then I would switch between campaign and zombies is what I would do, because to me the campaign going against people felt less scary than going against the zombies. So that also led to me falling in love with the campaign, which I think is easily the best campaign in Call of Duty. And yeah, and the multiplayer of this game is actually what makes me love it. Even though the campaign I love and I think is really good, and the zombies is okay, I definitely... The problem with the zombies in this game is you can just go play most of the maps on Black Ops 3, so it's just better to play them on Black Ops 3. But, well, yeah, because even Call of the Dead you can just play on Black Ops 3 now, and that's the only other map Call of the Dead is literally the only map in Black Ops 1 Zombies that I actually like. Like, Moon is okay, Kino is really overplayed, Shangri-La is okay, but, you know, it's just none of the Black Ops 1 Zombies maps are really too special to me besides Call of the Dead. Which is why, yeah, Zombies is good, not too special for me in this game. The multiplayer, however, very fun. I just think it has the best maps and the best weapons, and really just, it just feels the best out of all of the Call of Duties, in my opinion. But yeah, that is going to be the ranking of the Call of Duties for me. Let me know what your guys' favorite Call of Duties are down below, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.